Hey Cancer, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your bonus reading for members, and then it will be your love reading for November and December for everybody. It's an overview reading that gives you an idea of what you're dealing with, what kind of energies are around you at this time. And if you've watched the other videos for this time period, I modified the spread because it was actually, I inadvertently copied a friend of mine's spread, and so I caught it and I was like, oops, because it was very similar to another spread that I did. And so I've removed that now. So we're going back to my original spread. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. So let's take a look at your energy. So your core energy is the Seven of Swords. I feel like that's a hard energy for you because you're not very much like that, and if that's happening around you, then it's difficult for you to deal with. It just means somebody's going to use other ways than just talking about things to get out of a situation, to remove themselves, or to go a different way. So I feel like if you're trying to pin down someone to talk to at this time, you might find that they're being evasive, that they are otherwise not very helpful, or they stand in the way of, they stand in the way of communication with you. At the top of the spread is the Four of Swords. So I feel as though this is a relaxing time for you in the next month. I think that finding peace with the people that you're around, especially in love, will be a priority. I do feel like if you're trying to talk with somebody, they're going to give you a front. So that's this crow right here. So they're going to be evasive, make it difficult to address the issue. But overall, I feel like things are relaxed for you now. Below the surface is the devil. So you're dealing with someone who's hiding a secret or is holding power over you in some way. Somebody's not letting you at the truth. So they're being a little bit manipulative, or it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means they're being evasive with regard to you, with regard to the things that are going on for you in this situation. So, it is what it is. The energy over here is the Queen of Cups. Somebody's going to come into your life to help and support you. It's another water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So she in some way is giving you insight about how to go about doing things. She is giving you, how do you say, support and encouragement with regard to what's going on. So if you're waiting for somebody out of your friends or otherwise to reach out and be there for you, this person's on their way. Then we have the Ten of Swords over here. So I think that, honestly, I feel as though you're dropping an issue with somebody, that you've been dealing with someone trying to persuade them to talk about things, but I don't think that they're giving way. Now, at this time, maybe you can come back to this at another time, but I feel like they're very much holding on to some energy. They're not sharing, they're not willing to talk, and everything that you've done to try, they're sort of trying to weasel out of it, get out of it. And so I think you're coming into the realization that at this time at least, it's better to kind of go your own direction or put an end to the situation, stop waiting for an answer. I do want to say that for some of you, I really feel strongly that it's not all bad. It's not like this person necessarily has an evil, dark secret. They have something that they're not confronting, and then I feel like they are difficult to deal with because of that. But that doesn't have anything to do with you necessarily, nor does it mean that they have something evil. It's just they're being avoidant over something. They're protecting something personal, and it's making a lot of barriers for you. And so I think you're getting to that point where, in terms of trying to convince somebody, or in terms of trying to make it work in some way, you're taking a step back, or for at least in your mind, closing down the issue. Okay, so we see the two more cards. We have the Page of Wands, Sagittarius or Aries, Three of Cups. That's a reunion. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So I feel as though you and this person, or if you're single, are seeking a reunion with some energy. But I feel like also it's going to be a lot of one person putting forward all the energy in this situation. One person is extending their invitation and warmth and kindness to the other person, while the other person is in some way defensive or not so willing to open up. So somebody is just, maybe this is a family member. My readings are for romance and platonic relationships as well. So for those of you who are not in a relationship or not seeking one, then this can be also a message where you're reaching out to others. You're wanting some kind of connection with them. You want them back in your life, or somebody wants someone back in their life, but there's kind of these barriers. You can't get past that wall. You can't get past that invisible wall. They're just not giving you the openness and the energy that you not deserve, but that you expect from this relationship, or that you think would be appropriate for this relationship. So somebody's really icing you out, or one person's icing out the other person, and then the Queen of Cups comes in to help you deal with the issue, help you kind of put it in perspective, because I think it's probably going to make you feel like, how can I help? How can I fix this? How can I invest more time and energy into this situation? Whereas I think what you're going to find is that maybe this situation is not going to be as forthcoming. Your goodwill is not going to make up for the lack of goodwill of others or openness of others in this situation at this time. Then we have the Justice card, which is Libra, and balance and order, the Nine of Swords. Okay, they're dealing with something very personal, I feel. It has to do with regret and guilt. And then we have the Tower. So I feel like somebody is very much, dealing with some heavy issues. It really sucks to be around someone. We talk about this with Cancer a lot. Many of you guys are in these types of interactions with others where somebody is really suffering with something, a life event, some real tragedy, and they're turned fully inwards, and they're feeling all those feelings within themselves. And so within that, they have to go through the process of being flooded, finding the energy and the strength to rise out of it. Try to find your own balance and forgiveness towards yourself in the situation. So maybe that's why they're not opening up, because they're just so closed down within themselves at this time. And I think this Queen of Cups comes in with a very nice energy. In some way, she's helping you out. She's throwing good energy your way. She's essentially just bringing good faith towards a situation in which I think that you feel like it's evasive, like it's running away from you now. Okay. Then we have the Ten of Cups. This is your happiness. So it's like your happiness is not going to be affected by this Page of Pentacles. A lot of people are getting this new beginnings. And then the Five of Wands, a little bit of stress with regard to letting go of somebody in the past, or excitement about the future, not sure exactly how it's going to play out. But I think that a relationship is overtaking too much of your thoughts in your life, and you have new beginnings happening in your life in a lot of places, and so you're not necessarily paying attention while you are being distracted by someone. The word is like breadcrumbing. That's when somebody gives you little pieces of information but not the whole thing, and it can be also emotional, right? Like where somebody is giving you keeping you interested, but not necessarily giving you the totality of what they could or what they should be giving in a situation. So I saw a TikTok today with a counselor. TikTok's kind of my favorite thing right now going. And so this counselor was pointing out the fact, and it's a really good point, that basically when people, she was talking about parents, but I don't think this is about your parents, this is about relationships, that, getting shelter, food, and nutrition is not a mark of successful parenting, shelters and safety. That's a mark of hereditary trauma and, family abuse, or people who are living through trauma, and so therefore they're not giving the full breadth of experience that a child should have when they're being raised. The same thing can translate into adulthood, when people can give not enough and be like, whoa, wait a minute, I called you last Friday, that should be enough for you. It's not really, if the relationship's not safe for you feeling, and it could be a difference of what two people want. But there is a fine line between, preferences of what people want in a relationship and people kind of trying to manipulate a situation to have it as convenient for themselves as possible. So I feel like you're getting kind of led astray a little bit here. Or in the past you have been and you're still coping with that. So that's my thought on it, that if you weren't getting sufficient emotional fulfillment in a situation, maybe they're not to blame, but they may not be in alignment with what you need. And thinking about it that way is a really helpful thing. So beginning in a new path, a little bit of nervousness. The thing is that when you're in a relationship where someone is sick, right? When somebody is struggling with something and suffering, and they are not giving you enough back, so you're meant to, your concern and your empathy or sympathy is being kind of hooked by the fact that somebody's suffering, and then reciprocation is coldness or some other kind of dismissiveness, emotional dismissiveness, like we've talked about, then maybe that is not a healthy dynamic for you to be. Some people can live in that and not, maybe they have other sources of care and nurture, but it's not strange for you to say, I'm giving so much in this situation, I'm worried, I'm concerned, I'm thinking about you, I'm helping, giving you my time. And if you're getting kind of breadcrumbs back, then maybe, it's not the time. Maybe it's not the end of the relationship, but it's maybe not the time. Then we have the Empress here around you. Your mother is your friend. Your mother is an ally. Now, if that's triggering for some of you guys, a mother figure, so it's a healthy mother figure, then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus with Venus. And then we have the World. So friends are going to open up doors for you towards new directions. Somebody's watching over you. They're giving you a path. You have very good friends, Cancer. And I don't think it's a bad situation. I think it's essentially that you care about someone a lot and they're not necessarily doing things for you like they should be doing. And so therefore you need to take a look at your life and put an end to the over sympathizing with situations. Okay, so here we have the Tower in the center. So it's that awakening moment where you have the feeling that, it's the wake up call that like the person or the situation that you cared about is not giving you what you need or is not forthcoming towards you in an equitable way, and that you're being shortchanged despite the fact that they're going through something. I don't think the problem is they're going through something. I think the problem is that while they're going through something, they're not letting you in, and you keep reaching out and expelling all this extra energy, and no one deserves that. Then there's this soulmate card up here. So rest and, find peace within this situation. You can not hate this person because it looks like they are ill. Some kind of everything from substance abuse to mental illness to physical illness, a chronic fatigue, illness, whatever's going on in their life is holding them back. And they need to deal with that. But you standing there and having the emotional consequences of them processing things is not healthy for you either. So you can still feel about this person that they're a good person, that you love them and all these things. But maybe right now it's better for you to go with your friends and listen to your allies and, be led in a proper direction. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. If you're worried about them, I think things are going to change for them and for you for the better. I think you've already done a commendable thing to be there with them through heartache or hardship. And so you've already done your part. The oncoming energy is the Devil. So there's Capricorn energy around you in a big way. I feel like if you're listening to somebody's advice, like a friend is coming in, just watch out for the fact that she's not projecting or he's not projecting, which means that they are identifying with what happened for you and they're kind of dragging you into, that situation. Then we have the Hanged Man. It's a little, the ending's going to cause a little bit of a delay. Or the ending for now. Don't worry about it. Doesn't look like it's like an ending forever. It looks like it's an ending for now with regard to some situation that's overbearing in your life. But so you're going to put it to the side and see if it heals and then go back to it later. Right now you can celebrate these new beginnings in your life. Your friends are such a key to happiness for you at this time. You have a new beginning going. There's a transformation for you here as well. And be careful for this person also that she or he does not overly sympathize with the person that's the problem. Okay, so there's like a little bit of a tinge of this person may have bias, which to me represents the devil. Okay, so but there is small delays, maybe to do with the fact that you're kind of holding on to a situation that's sort of meant to be let go of, but it's not a big delay, and within this time you'll find other things to do. You'll have a pleasant time this month. There's going to be happiness and joy, and you'll just have a nice time with people. And I would say turn your back on it, which is a hard thing for you guys to do. So this is a little bit of pick a card option, but all 3 cards can be for you as a message. It's just a nice little way to top off the energy. So we have the new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So soon enough, there's new love coming in for you, Cancer, or something new that will grab your attention and make you excited for day-to-day activities. Let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. People around you understand your predicament and your circumstance, and they're here to help. And then we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's the main message you should take away from the Queen of Cups. She's going to encourage you to stop kind of being anxious and holding on to something that's not forthcoming towards you, and to embrace like new friends, new possibilities, old friends reaching out to you, travel, all that stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Members, thank you for watching, and I will do your full video in just a moment for Scorpio season relationship compatibility. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.